You ever sit down with someone in their 70s and just wonder, why does it seem like so many people never make it past 80? I've had this conversation more times than I can count, especially with seniors who are still sharp, still active but scared, not of death, but of wasting the years they still have left. If you are a senior or you love someone who is, this video is not about fear. It is about clarity. Because once you understand why so many do not live past 80, you can start doing something about it, starting today. Let's talk. Just you and me. Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen someone who seemed perfectly fine in their 60s, and then within just a few short years, everything seemed to change? They slowed down. They look tired. They get sick more often. And before you know it, they are gone. What happened? It was not just one big thing. It was a slow drip, the silent factors that most people never notice until it's too late. One of the biggest ones is muscle loss. After the age of 50, your body naturally starts losing muscle mass every year. It is called sarcopenia. And most seniors do not feel it happening until the weakness shows up, the balance goes off, or they fall. And here is the thing: once a senior falls, the risk of long-term decline skyrockets. It is one of the most overlooked turning points in senior health. The body begins to lose confidence. And unfortunately, so does the mind. Now add to that the slowing metabolism. You eat the same way you did 10 years ago, but now it leads to weight gain, blood sugar spikes, inflammation, all silent killers that wear the body down day by day. Then there is chronic inflammation, which is probably the most underestimated driver of disease in older adults. You might not even feel it. There is no fever, no pain, no redness, but it is there in the background, quietly damaging blood vessels, joints, organs, even the brain. All of this can build up quietly. So while someone may look fine on the outside, their systems are aging faster than they realize. And unfortunately, our current medical system tends to focus on treating illness after it shows up, not on preventing the slow, silent decline that leads to it. But here's the truth. Senior health does not collapse overnight. It erodes silently over time. And that is actually good news, because if we can catch it early, we can do something about it. I always tell my patients, your 70s are not the time to slow down completely. They are the time to lean in strategically, move with intention, eat with purpose, sleep like your life depends on it. Because it does. That is how you keep momentum. And momentum is everything. The moment a senior starts losing momentum physically, mentally, emotionally, that is when the risk of not reaching 80 starts climbing. But when you protect that momentum, you extend life, not just the number of years, but the quality of those years. Let's talk about something that catches a lot of seniors off guard. I have had so many patients tell me, but I stay active, I walk every day, I do my chores, I am moving. And that is great. It is far better than sitting all day. But here's the hard truth. Not all movement protects your health in the way you think. This is what I call the activity trap. It feels like you are doing enough. You are getting your steps in, maybe doing some light gardening, going up and down the stairs, maybe shopping and carrying bags once in a while. It feels like that should be enough to stay strong and live long. But over time, it is just not. For senior health, especially after the age of 65, movement has to be more intentional. Think about it like this. You need movement that challenges you just a little bit, not to the point of exhaustion or danger, but enough that your body is forced to adapt and stay sharp. Walking is great for your heart and circulation, but walking alone will not keep your bones dense, your muscles strong, or your balance steady. That is where functional movement comes in. Things like light strength training, bodyweight exercises, and flexibility work. These types of movement protect against the real threats that most seniors face later in life: falls, fractures, frailty, and the loss of independence. Let me give you an example. A senior who walks every day but never works on leg strength or balance might still have a high fall risk. But another senior who walks and does a few squats or step-ups a few times a week They are training their body to stay independent for much longer. Another trap? Doing the same light activity over and over for years. The body adapts and stops improving. If you are not slightly challenging your body, just a little outside your comfort zone, it starts to decline. And unfortunately, that decline often goes unnoticed until something happens. So if you're a senior or you are helping someone who is, the key is this: do not settle for just being active. Aim to be strategically active. Senior health is not just about motion. It is about purposeful motion. Motion that strengthens, that protects, that keeps you resilient, not just moving. And the good news? You do not need a gym or fancy equipment to get there. You just need to move with a plan. Now, here is something almost nobody prepares for: loneliness. Studies have shown that isolation in seniors is as harmful to health as smoking. That is no exaggeration. When a person stops having deep conversations, stops learning, stops laughing with others, the brain begins to shrink. Not just metaphorically. I mean literally, brain mass decreases. Senior health is not only about blood pressure and cholesterol, it is also about connection. Emotional health is physical health. The sad truth? Many seniors withdraw. They stop socializing. They stop growing. And the brain responds by aging faster than it has to. Let's talk about pills. Because after 70, the average senior is on 5 or more medications. That alone should stop us in our tracks. Are those drugs necessary? Sometimes, yes. But many times, medications are prescribed to fix a problem caused by another medication. And here's the kicker: many of these drugs block the absorption of nutrients. If this video spoke to you, if it made you stop and think, then you are already ahead of most people. Awareness is the first step, but action, that is where the real change begins. And it does not have to be overwhelming. Start small. Maybe that means finally asking your doctor to review your medications. Maybe it is picking up a light pair of dumbbells and starting with 5 minutes a day. Maybe it is just calling an old friend or learning something new. Even if it is how to use a smartphone better. Every step matters. Every day matters. And here is something I want you to remember. The body listens to the signals you send it. If you treat it like it is fading, it will. But if you treat it like it still has more to give, it just might surprise you. So now I want to hear from you. What part of this hit home the most? Leave me a comment. And if you found this helpful, send it to someone who needs to hear it. You never know whose life you could help extend just by sharing the right message at the right time. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, then I encourage you to hit that subscribe button to stay updated with our latest content. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.